Welcome to the last class of this course. And in today's lecture, I am going to talk about the observer design. And before going to the observer design, we first try to understand that why basically observer design is required. So first, I will start with some practical example, and after that, first we will see that if all states informations are available, then what kind of extra benefit we will get. And if suppose that I have just output information, then what kind of difficulty comes into picture and how to cope up with that kind of difficulty. So let us start this lecture with very simple practical example. And during the starting of this course, we have already seen this example. So I have taken example of a DC motor driving an inertial load. So I have DC motor here, and after that you can see here I have two different sensors. One sensor is called tachometer, which is going to measure the angular velocity of this particular motor. After that, we have potentiometer that is going to measure the theta, means position of this particular arrangement. And after that, this DC motor is connected with the load. After that, what we are doing, we are going to give feedback of this particular position as well as angular velocity to this DC motor. And what is our control problem? So here our control problem is to maintain some kind of constant position theta r. So that is my control problem. So I have no restriction in terms of velocity, but of course you can assume that also I want to maintain some specific profile of the angular velocity. And in order to solve any problem, I have told you that one of the way to first you have to represent the system. And due to that reason, I have started this course with representation problem. And in this course, most of time I have talked with the state space representation, and somehow I am getting the state space representation using either based on first principle, means energy balance, or we are also using the Lagrangian method. So we have already seen that for this particular system we have this particular kind of mathematical model. So in today's lecture, again I am not going to discuss again that. Here you can see that theta dot equal to omega and omega dot equal to minus alpha omega plus beta u. And here I have already told you that theta is the angular position of load, omega is the angular velocity, u I have to apply some kind of voltage in terms of feedback such that I am able to maintain some kind of angular velocity or some kind of angular position of load. In this particular problem, I have stated that I have to maintain angular position theta equal to theta r. And I have already told you that during the lecture of PID that we have basically two different classes of problem. One problem is called stabilization problem and another problem is called tracking problem. And whenever some tracking problem comes into picture, then I have to convert everything in terms of error form, and in form of error, that is again I have to force error equal to 0, that is stabilization problem. And in this particular mathematical model, alpha and beta is defined like k square by j multiplied by r. R is the resistance inside the motor, and after that j is the moment of inertia of load, and k is some parameter related to the DC motor. and you have already understood the mathematical model, so I am not going to repeat this. Let us come to the problem. So I have to maintain theta equal to theta r. So first I have to express everything in terms of error, and after that I have one more benefit here because I want to maintain constant position, and due to that reason theta r dot equal to 0. But you can restate this problem and it might possible theta r is also time varying here, and at that time I have theta r dot t comes into picture. Now you can see that since theta r is constant, due to that reason I can directly write theta dot equal to omega, and now I have two state variable. One state variable is error and another state variable is omega. Now I want to force this error equal to 0. You can also force this omega equal to some value. At that time again I have to restate the problem, but for time being you can assume that I want to maintain angular velocity equal to 0, and at that time I have certain position equal to theta r. So in that way I can represent everything in a state space form. So you can see that this is nothing but related to the representation problem. So due to that reason, when I have started this course, first part of this course, I somehow talk about the representation problem with help of the first principle. Based on the first principle, either on Newton's law, if you will go to the electromagnetic side, then we have different law. Similarly in mechanical side I have different law, and using that law we try to express everything in terms of dynamical equation. Now after and that part is nothing but mathematical modeling. Means mathematical modeling, I have already told you that that is not unique. Based on our requirement we are getting the mathematical model. Once we will get the mathematical model, then another class of problem, that is called solution problem, that comes into picture. So we also know how to solve it, and after that, after solution, what we have seen that how basically stability is related to the solution. So here you can see that if I design u equal to something that based on a state, then my system is converted into autonomous system, and at that time I can talk about all different kind of Lyapunov stability. So you can also involve Lyapunov stability here, and based on Lyapunov stability I will tell you something in this particular design problem. So now since I have information of error, because I know my reference position theta r, so I am going to give some kind of feedback G1 and G2 in terms of the G1e and G2 omega. So I am going to give some kind of state feedback. This is called a state feedback based controller. So I have defined like this. Now here my problem, I have to design G1 and G2, means these two gain I have to design. Since I have two sensors here, so I will get information of E, real time information of E and omega. If you substitute this control inside the mathematical model, here this is my mathematical model, so I can again rewrite differential equation like this. So this is second order differential equation, and try to see that now this is autonomous system. So after applying some kind of feedback in terms of a state, I have some kind of autonomous system. So either you can check the stability, because you have to check somehow asymptotic stability. So either you can apply Lyapunov analysis, you can define V equal to E square plus omega square, and after that you try to select G1 and G2, because I have two design parameter, alpha and beta is coming from the circuit, and after that you can tell that what different value of G1 and G2 this particular autonomous system is asymptotically stable. In this way you can able to select G1 and G2. And I have told you that for linear system I have another simple way to check that this system is asymptotically stable or exponentially stable. If I have some kind of matrix representation of this, so system matrix have both eigenvalue, that is strictly negative. So I am not going to do analysis based on Lyapunov. Just what I am going to do, I am going to perform some kind of things that is based on the closed loop matrix. And what I am going to do here now, I am going to shape out this matrix such that I will get some kind of desired response. And whenever we have autonomous system, what we have found that I can express the solution in terms of eigenvalue and eigenvector, and somehow eigenvalue decide the rate of convergence. So if eigenvalue is larger, then rate of convergence is larger, and we have to make sure that both eigenvalues should be strictly negative. Suppose that eigenvalue is alpha 1 and beta 1, and I am assuming that both eigenvalue is strictly negative. So I have somehow, I am assuming that alpha 1 that is less than 0 and beta 1 less than 0. And after that, suppose if I will do that, then corresponding to that, I can create some kind of polynomial, and that polynomial is looks like this. Now I have one polynomial that is related to the system matrix, and A is nothing but system matrix of our arrangement, means I have DC motor with load. And if you calculate the polynomial, that is this. Now since I want to design G1 and G2 in such a way such that pole of this arrangement at alpha 1 and beta 1, so just you can do you can equate it, and after equating I can able to solve this particular equation. And after that I will tell that okay, for this value of G1 and G2 I can able to force my system such that E equal to 0 or E tending towards 0 as t tending towards infinity, and also omega tending towards 0, because system become exponentially stable if I have some system like x dot equal to ax. And if we have already seen that if both eigenvalue of this matrix A is strictly negative, then this system is exponentially stable. And due to that reason, we are claiming that by selecting G1 and G2 in this way, I can able to force my system such that closed loop system is asymptotically stable. So using stability, we are able to design the gains of controller. And you can see here I have infinite possible choices. So infinite many way you are able to design the controller gain. So here in first part, what I have assumed that I have information of both state. Now let us try to come on the second part. Here now what I am assuming that I have partial information. So first I am going to assume that I have only tachometer inside this original circuit. So you can see that initially I have two sensors. Now I am going to remove one sensors from this particular arrangement. So I am going to come to the arrangement. So I am going to remove this sensor from this particular network. So what I am telling that now I have just information of real-time information of omega, and using that information I am again going to do the same job, means I am willing to control theta equal to theta r, and let us try to see that that is possible or not. Second time what I am going to do, that I am going to assume that I have just potentiometer, and I am going to remove tachometer. It means that I have real time information of theta, and using that information is it possible to calculate theta or not, theta or r or not. So we are going to see these two problems. It means that I have fewer number of state, and we are going to analyze the system or control system design, and using that we are going to talk about the stability of whole system, because stable, I have already told you that unstable system has no meaning for us. So let us assume that I have just tachometer. It means that I have information of omega, and I am going to design feedback in terms of k into omega. K we will decide later. Just now we understood that how basically one can design k. Either you can use, design k based on Lyapunov analysis, or since you have linear system, then just based on eigenvalue analysis try to see the means put the control inside the system, and after that whatever system matrix comes into picture, closed loop system matrix, just try to put their eigenvalue that is strictly negative. If that is far strictly negative, means that is far from zero, then what happens, you will get higher convergence. But still we have several limitations because we are applying control through some kind of arrangement that is called actuator. So based at that time you have to perform experiment and you have to select proper value of k, but every time you have to make sure that whatever closed loop eigenvalue that should be strictly negative, or in other way, because eigenvalue whatever I am talking that is also signify for the closed loop pole, so that is strictly negative. So let us try to see that if I have just partial information, then what happens. So it means that I am going to design some kind of feedback that is based on the output, and this class of feedback is called output feedback. So I have one feedback that is called a state feedback. We have seen that using a state feedback, I can able to do job. I am able to maintain theta equal to theta r. Now I have some kind of output feedback, and using that feedback, I am going to maintain same kind of objective. So let us try to see the problem. Suppose I will substitute that control action here. Then now this is our closed loop system. Now I have to show that as t tending towards infinity, then E is tending towards 0. Then only I can give guarantee that theta equal to theta r, because E is nothing but I have defined E as a theta minus theta r. So if E is tending towards 0, then only I can give guarantee that theta equal to theta r. Otherwise one cannot give guarantee. So here you can see that if I will substitute this, and if I am able to maintain alpha plus k beta less than 0, I know the alpha, I know the beta, that is the system parameter of this DC motor with load. So I have to tune k such that this becomes strictly negative. If this is strictly negative, then I am able to give guarantee that omega tending towards 0. You can see here that this equation is decoupled, so I can able to analyze this equation separately now. Same kind of things you are able to perform if you are able to see the closed loop eigenvalue of this. So but here this particular equation is decoupled, so I am going to see the behavior of this equation, and if I will put this kind of condition, then omega tending towards 0. If omega tending towards 0, then you can see that what happens, E dot tending towards 0. It means that now E is not equal to 0. E becomes some kind of constant quantity. So in best case that is 0 also, but most of time that is some kind of constant, and due to that reason I cannot able to maintain theta equal to theta r if I have just tachometer. So here I am telling that using output feedback I am not able to control the plant. Controlling means I am not able to force my system to fulfill the desired objective. Now let us try to see the second option. Suppose I have potentiometer. It means that I have information of the theta, and based on that information, now what I am going to do, I am going to give feedback. I am assuming that I know my reference signal also, so I am going to give control in terms of k multiplied by theta minus theta r. So theta r is coming from the sensor, and after that theta r is the reference trajectory. So k I have to design such that again closed loop system is asymptotically stable or exponentially stable. So now here again you can see that I have E equal to omega and omega dot equal to this. So now I have this kind of matrix. It is possible to show that since here I have restriction on alpha, I have restriction on beta because that is coming from system parameter. So it might possible that sometime we are not able to maintain this kind of condition. Sometime it is possible to maintain, but sometime it is not possible to maintain. But that is not the case if I have information of both state. It means that this particular output feedback based control design is little bit restrictive or only applicable for certain class of the system. Then now what is option? Suppose that it is possible to show that in some case we have what we have seen in the first case, where if I have just information of omega, then I can not able to force theta equal to theta r. So another, only I have two choice. Either I will add some extra sensor or I will change the sensor. Sometimes changing sensor is also not possible due to several restriction, physical restriction. Sometimes adding extra sensor is also become costly. So now another question that comes into picture, and question is like that: is it possible to estimate other state variable which is not present with the help of the known information? Known information means I have some sensor, so at least some sensor is required. So using that sensor, I will collect information, and based on the mathematical equation of the closed loop system coupled with the sensor's information, I am going to estimate the other state variable, and that part is called design of observer. So now I am going to talk about design of observer, and after that again I will tell you that if I have just information of the theta, means if I have potentiometer, then how to calculate angular velocity from that potentiometer. So using some kind of algorithm or some kind of design. So that is the next part of this lecture. So before that I am going to see the main motive of the today's lecture. So main motive of today's lecture to understand linear observer design. In the literature you are able to see that lot of different observer design techniques are available, but one of the most simple design technique that is for applicable for linear or some kind of some class of nonlinear system, that is given by Leuenberger. And if you understand this class of observer, most of time you are able to understand all other classes of observer. And due to that reason, in this course I have selected that Leuenberger observer. So we have already seen that why observer is required. So only a subset of state vector may be available for measurement. Sometime I have told you that if I have system, if my system is very complicated, suppose you have to control power, some kind of power system, some kind of nuclear reactor, some kind of helicopter, or some more complicated system, then thousands of states are available, and it is not possible to measure all state. So you have most of time you have just partial information, and if the control problem is solved upon the basis of output information, then solution set is restricted. I have already seen, because I have taken very simple physical example, and you can see that second order system I have restriction. So if you are going to the higher order system, then again I have more difficulty is going to comes into picture, and due to that reason you have to learn observer design. That is very important. So an alternative method to overcome problem with restricted measurement, to use a state feedback controller with a dynamical system whose purpose to estimate the state vector. And I have already told you that if I know the mathematical equation of plant or some kind of dynamical equation of the plant, and with the help of sensor information, we are going to create some kind of virtual system. and using that system I am going to measure the unmeasured state, and after that we are going to use that state in order to design the feedback, and that is called observer based controller. So I have three different classes of controller. One is a state feedback controller, another controller is output feedback based controller, that is also called a static output feedback controller. But here I have some kind of controller where I am going to create some kind of virtual dynamical system, and based on that virtual dynamical system I am going to estimate the unmeasured state variable, and when one can measure that unmeasured state variable, that is only possible if system is observable. And due to that reason, first I taught you that means what is meaning of observability and what is algebraic condition to check that something is observable or not. So I am assuming that something is observable, then only based on the pure information I am able to estimate all other possible state, and that dynamical system is called observer. So this is called also, if we are going to make some kind of control system that is based on the observer, so we are either we are telling that observer based controller or dynamic output feedback based controller. So let us start the construction of that observer. So I have told you that whatever today I am going to discuss, that I have taken from this paper. So this is very primitive paper, and after completion of this lecture, please try to go through this paper, An Introduction to Observer. That is very good paper, and that is nicely written. So now let us try to take one linear time invariant system. Obviously this result has extended for the linear time varying system as well as some class of nonlinear system also, but in today's lecture I am going to just focus ourselves on linear time invariant system. And if you understand result for linear time invariant system, then in a straightforward way you are able to extend it for linear time varying system, and for nonlinear system after linearization it is possible to design same class of observer. So I have system x dot equal to ax plus bu and y equal to cxt. I am assuming that this system is observable. It means that I have to check the observability condition, and how to check observability condition you are already well aware, that I have to form some kind of matrix in terms of A and C, and after that we have to check that that matrix has a full rank. So I am not going to discuss. So I am assuming that this system is observable. Then only I can give guarantee that from the partial state information I am able to recover the all state information, and I am going to define observer like this. And here you can see that whenever we are defining the observer, what we are going to do, we are just going to do copying this dynamics. Due to that reason, whenever we are talking about Leuenberger observer, at that time we are assuming that dynamical model or dynamical equation of the system is available to me. So I am going to copy. So obviously whenever you are going to do copy, then this and this is not same. So always there exists certain kind of mismatch, because I just know the partial state, but I know this is second order system, third order system, fourth order system. In this particular lecture I have considered generalized system, means nth order system. And here you can see that I am copying this by x hat, and up to here everything is same, and after that here main tricky thing, how to design this second term, this term L yt minus cx bar. So I know the output, but I do not know all state. Due to that reason I am assuming that whatever cx x cap or hat that comes into picture, that I am going to substitute here. So since I do not know everything, due to that reason always some mismatch is there. Now this is some kind of gain that is called observer gain. So I am going to design observer gain such a way such that after some time the difference between this system 1 and 2, that is going to reduce, and finally what happens that this system and this system is exactly same. When these two systems are exactly same, when yt equal to cx bar, it means that if I am able to estimate all state perfectly, then only this term, correction term, equal to 0. So now I have to show that x equal to x cap. If x equal to x cap, then you can see that this equation 1 and equation 3 are exactly the same. So idea is very interesting, that you can just copy it, and after that you can add some term, this is called correction term, and that is just depending on the output. After that, now what I am going to do, that I am going to recollect everything, because y is cx in original system, so I have this kind of system, and this is the equation of the observer, and you can see that this is dynamical equation because rate of change is involved here. Now it is possible to show that if you select this matrix L such that eigenvalue of this matrix A minus LC, if that is a strictly negative real part, then I am able to prove that x and x cap both equal to, means x minus x cap both tending towards 0. It means that x and x cap both equal to, both become the same, and at that time this particular system 1 and system 3 are exactly same. In order to show that, I am going to define the error between x and x cap. So now my control problem is to just make sure that e equal to 0, and in order to do that, first I have to see the possibility. So if you see the rate of change of error, because xt is changing and x cap is changing, so system is also changing with respect to time. Whatever dynamical system, after copying the system, that is also changing with respect to time, and due to that reason I am assuming that error is also changing with respect to time, and due to that reason e dot t comes into picture, and after that I have a minus lc. So now you can see that this is just a linear system, linear autonomous system, and you know that if eigenvalue of a minus lc, that is strictly negative, then that is exponentially stable or asymptotically stable. Using Lyapunov way also you can check. You can just check Lyapunov function v x transpose t plus p into et, and after that you can just solve the Lyapunov equation, and it is possible to show that if a minus lc, so we will select L in such a way such that I am able to force this error equal to 0, and if error is 0, then x hat t is exactly equal to xt, and in this way I am able to estimate all state variable. Now question is that how to select this L. So since somehow I am writing whatever algorithm we are writing to design observer, that is running inside some kind of computer, and if something is running inside some computer, then it is possible to put value of gain very high also, and due to that reason people are suggesting you can try to put value of gain as high as possible. Then what happens, that convergence of this is very high, and after very quickly I can give guarantee that x is changing, tending towards x cap, means we are able to estimate the state. But it is possible to show that initially, means people think like this, but what happens if you will put L very high, it is possible to show that always there exists some kind of mismatch or some kind of disturbance. That disturbance is also amplified, and that create any another difficulty. Due to that reason I have always restriction, but in this particular lecture you can assume that my system is perfect, and due to that reason I can select any value of L, and due to that reason I have written these three remarks. So theoretically the eigenvalue can be moved arbitrarily towards minus infinity and yielding extremely rapid convergence. Latter part, when you become more mature, it is possible to show that if you will put eigenvalue very far from the equilibrium, means 0, E equal to 0, then what happens? This system acts like some kind of differentiator. And differentiator means if you have high frequency noise, even if amplitude is very low, due to differentiation phenomena, what happens? Rate of change of that disturbance become very high, and that might disturb your system. And due to that reason, people are telling that it is possible to, theoretically it is possible to keep any value of L such that A minus LC matrix is stable, means Hurwitz. But it is always better that you can understand the system dynamics, and based on that you can design the L. So now, once I understood the design of the observer, means I have fewer number of output. Based on that output, I have estimated the other unmeasured output. So first, in order to do that, I have already told you that first I have to check that system is observable or not. And due to that reason, I have first talk about the observability. Now I am talking about the controller design. So again I have to talk about the controllability. So I have to give guarantee that after adding the observer to original system, and if I am designing some kind of control action, then my whole system is controllable as well as observable. Then only I can talk about the observer based controller. So let us try to see. So question is that, will we still be able to stabilize the system? Will we still able to place the pole arbitrarily? So answer of this question is yes. Then how to do that? Again you can take the same system. Now what I am going to do, that I am going to design control based on the estimated state. So I am assuming that all states are not available, but if I add observer to this system, then I will able to estimate the state. Adding observer means I have some system, I have added some kind of computer program or some kind of program related to macroprocessor, and after that I have estimated the extra state, and after that I am going to design control like this. Now observer is this. So you can see that if your system X belongs to Rn, and observer also has same dimension Rn. So if you design observer based controller, then your system become more complex. So now order of system, that is going to increase by 2 times, because Rn you have already, but you are going to couple in another dynamical system, and that dynamical system has of same order, and this L, and we already understood that how to design L. And after that, now this is our closed loop system. If I have some kind of observer, then I have this kind of complete system, and order of this complete system is basically 2n. So due to that reason, since order of this system is 2n, so due to that reason, means I have to take extra care. And I have told you that if I am going to design observer based controller, then I have to show that this whole system is controllable as well as observable. So let us try to see that. Or another thing I will tell you, another story, that is called separation property. So try to see what is meaning of separation property. So now if you write these two equations, means these two equations together, then I will get this kind of state space model. Now here you can see that in this kind of model, I can able to define some kind of transformation, because here everything is looking complicated and coupled. So I am going to introduce another state transformation, and I have defined a state transformation like this, where P in is the identity matrix, where each entry is 1, and after that you can see that if I will do this kind of transformation, then my state Z and omega is now looks like X and X tilde. So now I have X and X tilde. So you can express whole system in terms of x and x tilde. And this transform coordinate frame, now you can see that I have just a matrix that is called block triangular matrix. And what is property of block triangular matrix? You try to see that property of block triangular matrix, that eigenvalue of matrix along the diagonal block only. So if you calculate the eigenvalue, then you have to solve lambda I minus a, and a is this whole matrix, a dash you can tell. So a dash is whole matrix. So basically eigenvalue is due to this and eigenvalue is due to this. So bk, that is not going to comes into picture. And now what happens, that system eigenvalue remains invariant under state transformation. So closed loop pole equal to closed controller pole plus observer pole. It is possible to show that we have already perhaps I have already so that whenever you are doing some kind of transformation, then controllability is also remains same, observability is also remains same. Similarly, eigenvalue is not going to affect by any kind of transformation. It means that if original system is stable, even if you will do some kind of non-singular transformation, then property of system remains the same, and due to that reason we have retained this kind of result. So now, because controllability allows us to place eigenvalue a minus bk arbitrarily, means if some system is controllable, it means that I can design k such that I will put eigenvalue of a minus bk anywhere in the negative half plane. So I can put any high negative value of the eigenvalue. And similarly, system is observable. If system is observable, then I can design L such that I can able to place a minus LC anywhere. And if you remember the theorem of controllability and observability, at that time we have stated result in terms of a minus bk and a minus LC. So we have stated due to that reason only. It means that now controller and observer are fully independent with each other. So independently I can place pole of controller and observer in case of linear system. But be careful, if you have non-linear system, you are not able to do this. But at least I have very good result for linear system, and due to this reason. And why this kind of things comes into picture? Due to block triangular structure of closed loop system matrix after the transformation, and this property is called separation property. So now you try to understand the situation. You have system and you have observer. So and what is your goal? Your goal is to estimate unmeasured state as quickly as possible, and due to that reason you have to set the gain of your observer that is much more faster than the controller. Then only quickly I will able to get the unmeasured state, and after that I am going to use that for design of controller. And both controller design means I have to select k such that eigenvalue of this matrix is negative. I have to select the gain L here such that eigenvalue of a minus LC is strictly negative. So independently you are able to select, and due to that reason you are able to make your observer as much as fast as possible. And since observer is running inside computer, so you can able to put high gain also. And in this way I am able to design observer based controller for the linear time invariant system. Similar kind of result is also available for linear time varying system. Now what we have observed till now, I have some system, I have only partial information, or I have information of output, my system is completely observable. Then I am going to propose one kind of algorithm that is called observer to measure the all state variable, and that kind of observer is called full order observer. It means that we are also reconstructing those states which is directly measured from the sensor. But practically always some state is available, and what people are telling that it is not possible. One can avoid that kind of state, and due to that reason concept of reduced order observer comes into picture. So what is meaning of reduced order observer? An observer that estimate fewer number than n state variable. So suppose my system or linear time invariant system has order n, then using next observer, or I am going to design next algorithm. Using that algorithm, I am just going to focus on those kind of state which is not directly measured from the sensor, and that observer is called reduced order observer. So I have full order observer. So first I have discussed the full order observer. Now I am going to discuss the reduced order observer. So first try to see that if I am going to design the reduced order observer same as full order observer, then what kind of problems comes into picture? Is it possible to do the same way? Means what we have done, we have added, we have copying the dynamics, and after that adding correction term. So similar kind of things I am going to do. So here you can see that I have C matrix, and I am assuming that I have just fewer number of a state that is observable, and I am assuming that this whole system is observable, otherwise I cannot able to design the observer. So I am going to decouple the whole system like this. So suppose I have n number of state, so I am telling that n is m plus u, so I have m number of measurement, and just I have xu, that is unmeasured state. Now I am going to measure this. So you can see that I have defined output like this, and now if I am going to take the differentiation, then my system looks like this. Now I am assuming that I have already some state that is measured. So xm here represent the measured state, xu represent that unmeasured state. After that, so what I am going to do, first I am going to define the state space in such a way such that state space is decoupled into two parts. One part contain those kind of state which we are directly measuring from the sensors, and another part which I have to do measured or unmeasured state. So I have to somehow create some kind of algorithm to measure xu, and due to that reason what I am telling that unmeasured portion we have to just focus on unmeasured portion, and after that we are going to take help of the measured portion. So now this is the unmeasured portion, so I am going to follow the same way like the full order observer. So copy the state dynamics, replace the unknown quantity by their estimate, and add the correction term multiplied by the observer gain. Same kind of things we are doing. So let us try to see here that I have xu, so I am going to copy. So x hat dot, and after that a to 2, I am assuming that system matrix is known to me, and due to that reason I am going to put it as it is, and after that xu hat is here, and after that here you can see that I am assuming that xm that is directly measured to me, and due to that reason I am not going to do copy. But in full state observer, what we have seen that even if I know that I am doing copy of that, and after doing copy we are converting that as estimate, but here I am assuming that xm is perfectly measured to me. Due to that reason I am going to insert the exact information of xm here. Control I am assuming that is means same control I am going to apply to observer as well as the system, and due to that reason in observer design always we are assuming that control remains the same, and L is the correction term. Now if you design correction term like y minus c x hat, then it is possible to show here that the correction term equal to 0. It means that using output you are not able to make some kind of correction, and due to that reason this state G will not work. And due to that reason whenever you are talking about reduced order observer, you have to think little more. Now what we are telling that okay, if I know that some part of output is available, then I am also assuming that their derivative is known to me. It means that I have certain kind of differentiator. So in literature, if you have seen that, so I have observer, I have differentiator. So again, how to design differentiator is another problem. I am not going to discuss, but that is very active area of research, that how to design the differentiator. Good differentiator, if you are able to design, if that will work in the uncertainty condition, then that become one of the very good contribution towards the control society. And due to that reason, that is very active area of research still people are doing. So now here you can assume that, okay, that if output is measurable, then I have certain kind of circuit which is going to measure the derivative of that output. And due to that reason, means I have measured part or unmeasured part, so I can assume that I know the derivative of the measured part. And if you are assuming that, then I can able to write like this. So here you can see that y is known to me, so y dot is known to me, xm is known to me, a11 is the system matrix, b1u I am assuming that is same for controller and observer, that is exactly same. Only this part is not measured to me, and due to that reason some error is comes in this particular equation, and due to that reason I am going to make correction term in terms of this minus a22 xu, and if that is exactly equal, then what happens, that this correction term becomes 0. So using that philosophy, people has designed the reduced order observer. So what is the assumption, that output, whatever output that is coming from sensor, I have some kind of extra circuit, that using that extra circuit I am also going to measure the output, means derivative of the output. Then only I can design the correction term, and after that I am going to define the error, that is xu and xu minus x cap. So things now become as it is, like full order observer. And now what I have to do, I have to design L such that this particular A22 L A12, so similar to full order observer, I have to show that this particular things is full order observer error dynamics. So either you can write in terms of ZU or Z cap, both are same, exactly both are same. So I have to just make sure that this A22 and A12 that is controllable, or means if that is observable or completely observable, then only I can design L. And it is possible to show that since I am assuming A and C are observable, then whatever, if we will do some kind of transformation, then whatever the lower part that comes into picture, that is also observable. So this is the lemma. So I am not going to prove that, so you have to believe on me. Whenever I am not going to prove, it means that somehow proof is available in literature and I am going to avoid that proof. So it is already well proven that if this A and C is observable, then A22 and A12, and how basically these two terms comes into picture, you can see that these two terms comes into picture due to some kind of transformation of original matrix, and it is possible to show that this pair A11 and A12 also observable, like that. So, and due to that reason, actually I can state that I can design L such that xu means unmeasured error dynamics that is tending towards 0, then xu equal to x hat. Now whenever you are telling that you have differentiator, then most of time people are again going to do argue, some kind of argue is there. Obviously you can see that whatever I have assumed that y means I have some kind of differentiator, using that differentiator I'm going to measure y dot, that is just for design, because somehow your final aim to design L, because what kind of things that is going to run inside the computer, if you see very much carefully, then this kind of things is running. So now if this kind of things is running, so at that time you have to assume that y dot is available to you. So it might possible that due to some error or some kind of measurement error, I cannot give guarantee that y dot is not known to me. Then people start arguing that since differentiator structure is still not clear, so I cannot believe on this. And due to that reason, one more researcher comes into picture and they are telling that it is possible to avoid the differentiation of the known part or output also. So you can redefine like this: z equal to xu hat minus lu, and then it is possible to show that observer it looks like this. So if you do this kind of transformation, then automatically you are able to. So please check this calculation. I have done this calculation, and after that if you write this kind of differential equation coupled with one kind of algebraic equation, because this is algebraic equation, then this become reduced order observer, and this observer is able to measure only the unmeasured state. So I have two different options: either you can go with the full order observer or reduced order observer. Now whatever theory I have learned here, I am going to apply for the same example. So what we have assumed here, that I have two choice: either I have tachometer or potentiometer. So now suppose that I want to design some kind of observer based controller, and here you can see that suppose you have the potentiometer. So how to decide, means either I can add tachometer or potentiometer. So please try to check the controllability. So first you can assume y equal to 1. I'll write like this, and now you have differential equation x dot equal to ax plus bu. So you know all matrix a b c. So in order to talk about controllability, you have to see that a and c. So you can make some kind of matrix, Kalman matrix, in terms of a and c, and try to see the rank. So if you assume y and this data means theta is measurable, it is possible to show that system is observable. But if you do the another things, means if you are assuming that you have just tachometer, it is possible to show that this system is not observable, and due to that reason I am not going to design observer for that case. So due to that reason I am assuming that I have only one sensor. So based on the analysis, means based on the observability analysis, I am going to select the proper sensor. So now I know that why I have selected potentiometer, because if my output in terms like this, so C matrix, this is nothing but C matrix, this is A matrix and B matrix, and at that time it is possible to so please check it. Now since A and C matrix are observable, it means that even if I have fewer number of information I can measure, and due to that reason I have defined this kind of full order observer, and I have copied the dynamics, and after that I am going to add one kind of correction term. And what is my goal? Because I know everything, so I have to design k, and in order to design k, again I have to define the error. And here I am assuming that this k has two parts, that is k1 and k2. So in terms of error dynamics, I can write the equation like this, and after that now I can design k1 and k2 such that the eigenvalue of this matrix that is strictly negative. And in this way you are able to design observer based controller. So whenever you are making some kind of observer based controller, then you have to know the exact knowledge of the plant, or sometime means whatever mathematical equation, because somehow using mathematical equation you are going to generate some kind of part which is going to estimate the unmeasured state or whole state. So controllability tell you that which sensors are required, and based on that sensors, what we are going to do, we are going to design the observer. So with this remark I am going to end the lecture on the observer. Let us try to summarize this whole course. Now you are able to, perhaps you are able to understand that why I have talked about 6 different problems. So first I have started, suppose that most of time I have certain kind of physical system that made from power system, power electronics, and machine and drives, or obviously from control system, means control is everywhere. So we have here also, you might have seen that we have 5 different discipline, and everywhere I have certain kind of system, and how to proceed towards the control design. First you have to model that system, and after that whatever mathematical equation that comes into picture, based on that mathematical equation I can talk about the solutions. If that is non-linear, then I will linearize, and we have already seen that if I have linearized model and if all states are available, then how to design controller. Suppose if I have partial state, then how to design observer, how to add subsystem inside the system, because choice of proper observer is very important. The choice of proper sensors are very important. Obviously how to choose actuator is another problem, but in this course I am not going to talk about that. But how to select means sensors using observability, I can able to understand how to select at least the sensors, and after that I have to apply the stability theory, such that whatever mismatch that comes into picture, that is tending towards zero, and due to that reason I have also talked about the stability. So now at least you have some kind of primitive background. Still I cannot tell that I am able to cover everything, because means just in 33 classes or 32 classes it is very difficult to cover everything, but I have covered all fundamental things. So if you are able to understand these all fundamentals, then if you try to understand any book, or if you have any system, and if you are willing to do analysis, modeling, after that design, you are able to do everything. And due to that reason this is one of the most fundamental course, and I hope that you in future you are able to apply whatever techniques you have learned with this particular course. Either this is modern control engineering, modern control theory, or system theory. So almost all courses are somehow related. In system theory we are just, we are not bothering about any physical system, so we are taking mathematical equation and after that we are doing everything. Whenever we are talking about modern control theory, at that time most of time we are talking about system in terms of matrix, and by analysis of matrix we are talking the property of the system. And what is modern control engineering? We are taking some physical system, and after that we are seeing the prospects, means how to analyze this system, how to do mathematical modeling, how to talk about solution, how to talk about stability, and these kind of things. And due to that reason I have somehow started from the physical system. After that I am going to the generalization, and after that I am also involving lot of matrix analysis, all other part of analysis. So thank you very much.